play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Toss play, Kamara. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And some room to work. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a pitch out to Kamara. Oh, twisting away. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Michael Thomas, by the way, Charles, 28 catches in the first 2 games of the season. By far and away the most in the league.
An NFL record for 2 games, but I think he has his sights set on a 16-game record held by Marvin Harrison. 143 catches in a season. Now, that's a lot to ask for. And, you know, baseball guys, right? When the guy hits a home run on opening day, he's on a pick.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
319! 319!
Now Rodgers. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tyler Jamison getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Craig Robertson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green 18. Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And again, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, we got a second here after that incompletion. Let's have a little fun. I know you saw Ryan Fitzpatrick's get-up in the post-game press conference after week 2.
And we're not talking about the beard this time.
No, well, that was part of the ensemble.
We're talking about the trappings, aren't we?
How about that outfit? Those were Deshaun Jackson's clothes, is that right?
My understanding. Clothes, jewelry, shades, the whole deal. He came out and paid homage to his guy who got him a 75-yard touchdown pass in the game, and everyone had a ball with it. Media, team, Fitzpatrick, you name it. I'm sure Deshaun Jackson got a kick out of it as well. Personally, I thought he raided your closet because when I saw him come out, I said, hold on a second. That's how Brandon dresses when we leave the ball game.
My favorite thing, though, from all of this was the social media post that had 2 different pictures. On the left, it was his freshman year at Harvard. Looked like the All-American boy, and then that dress. Now, a loose football. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Find out, Delta.
Watch out.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Get wide now.
4 down. Check. Shift.
Go Delta.
Check.
Second down, Bridgewater. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Get wide now.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Bridgewater now on second down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Go Delta. Single. Go Delta.
Check. Lucky.
Go Delta.
Look
3.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Now the Packers get set to go, and the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he stopped immediately there. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On second down, Montgomery. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken at about the 36. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Get wide now. Go Delta. Go Delta.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. But they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Got a man. That's Allison. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Jumbo! Hey. 319!
Rodgers now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, let's take a step away from this game for a second. Talk about teams that are undefeated through 2 weeks in the NFL season. Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. How about those surprises all being 2-0 right now?
Yeah, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Rams are all 2-0. Not a major surprise. You're exactly right, because they have one common characteristic, those teams you mentioned, Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, and Tampa. None of them made the playoffs last year. And what's the one thing we do know about the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before will not make them 2 years in a row. So these teams could be some of the early replacements in the playoff race for 2018.
And one more stat, 62% of teams that start 2-0 make the playoffs. Rodgers to throw once more. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end Graham. Packer first down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rodgers again now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. The 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Jumbo!
Throwing is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And Gibbs got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it with Kamara. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Bridgewater. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Crosby with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here's Lewis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Find out.
Mike 27.
Go Delta.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. To throw, Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. Watch the run, watch the run.
Back to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Delta.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Hey, let's get this.
And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run the option right here on first down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Trips over here. That's overload, overload.
Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
Hey, fellas, we got this. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Delta.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And his kick here is good. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it.